All right, y'all. So we've had lots of people message us and put comments on some older videos of where we've been. So I am finally answering you to where we have been the last month. Okay, so this is going to be a very lightly edited video today. So you're going to see me in what, if you ever see me in real life, this is how I am. Slightly less excited to do this video because I don't really like the vulnerability of it, but you know, sometimes you just got to do this. So where have we been? It's a slightly different burnt outness. You know, there's our great friends, the Hollers. You know, they have told some things of what they've done with their channel, and it just, YouTube can be kind of polarizing and tough, and whenever you're trying to get a vision going and things just happen, like you don't get the views that you want, you get bad comments, you have the stupid thing in your head of like, I'm not getting a push, like the algorithm isn't hitting me, which is stupid. If anybody ever says the algorithm is the reason why you're not getting your break, it's not the algorithm's fault that your content sucks. That's Gary Vaynerchuk. And whenever you create stuff, like I always have, I'm just a serial entrepreneur. Is my mic on? Yay, my mic is on. So I don't really struggle with depression, but I get bummed out, super bummed out, to where I just kind of shut down a little bit in terms of especially online stuff. So we've been here on YouTube for a long time, and we've had successes here and there. We definitely have great success with our shed to house, which, have you seen anything new? Put down in the comments below of what you see new in our house. I have filmed a lot of this stuff. I just haven't actually edited it because it's not done. So there's a lot of things that are tough with trying to build a homestead and be on YouTube. So one, you kind of want it to be good. You want the content to be good, so whenever you put a lot of time into producing that content, it slows down the project for what you're trying to do. And then when that slows down, your family life gets affected. So if it takes me double the time to be able to build something because I'm trying to create different camera angles to make it look good, because I really struggle with that. I don't really struggle. I don't do a good job documenting. I prefer to create stuff in terms of content stuff. So that means that it's hard for me just to set up a camera and let it run. I want to be able to make it look good and tell a story. So that's one thing, is just like there's not a lot getting done here on our property. We have the chickens and animals, and I actually have processed my first round of meat rabbits, which is cool. Just didn't share that with you because it was a really big emotional toll for me to be able to do that. We harvested 8 rabbits, and I gave my buddy Cody one that helped me. We have the rest of them down there in the freezer. So that took a toll. I also got hurt. I jacked up my neck, and so I spent probably 4 days on my back in absolute pain. I couldn't even get up off of the bed to go to the restroom without Kelly helping me. So that was not fun, and just the channel kind of stunk, to be honest. This is something that Kelly will not like, but this is the honestness of just sharing my my struggles with you guys. So she doesn't really like, you know, because she thinks, hey, people don't care about what your problems are, which is true. You guys truly do not care what my struggle is. You might want to be kind of interested, but it's going to sound like whining no matter what. So things that I got kind of bummed out in terms of the channel not having the growth that I would want. And that's also just based off of me pulling out the camera and filming whatever I was doing that day and trying to make a cool topic, title, thumbnail for a video that's really weak. It's just being honest, it's a weak video. And Kelly kind of just, encouraged me of saying, are the videos that you're making, and this is like the later videos that we've done that, have like 1,500 views. We're grateful, super amazingly grateful for you 1,000 people to 2,000 viewers that watch every single thing that we ever put out. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You are our true fans, and this is why I want to be able to do this with you guys. I want to just let you know, so thank you for you guys. But in terms of the reward that you get from that, we don't ever count on YouTube AdSense. This is a complete ramble. So if you want to continue to listen to this ramble, continue. If you need to just get off, I don't care about the algorithm saying that my retention is going to be terrible. But whenever you're making a video and you spend, 4 or so hours filming and editing, and the AdSense that you get out of that is like $5 or $10, to me, my thought is, why am I doing this whenever I should just be working on our doTERRA business or doing something different to help the Better Together Life brand to be able to bring awareness? Because we do feel like everybody needs essential oils, and that is the number one reason why we are online, is because we want to help. That's my why. That's the reason why I have a YouTube, is because I want to encourage and inspire one family that can do the exact same thing that we did. One family that can believe that doTERRA essential oils, that we're able to help them to get out of suburbia, out of an apartment, and make enough income to fire their boss, to buy property, and to move onto that property and start their own homestead on land. That's the reason why I am on Instagram, on YouTube, and it's also the reason why we're doing a podcast. So I'll share that with you in a bit. But that's the reason. That's why. Because this life, living in this home, living on this property, how much peace it's given me, that's the number one reason why I'm doing that. And I sometimes need a break. So that was it. I've just burnt out a little bit. Another reason is because it's so hot. That's just super fast. This is our winter. This is our rest time in Texas. You just don't go outside. So for some of you guys up in the north that you take time off in the winter and you just sit up cozy, with the fire, I think I would rather take winter time off being locked inside. It's not quite as fun to do it in the summer. So in Texas, if you don't have a pool, basically you're not going to do a lot. You're just going to stay inside because it's too hot. Whenever it hits 97 degrees every single day, you're not doing anything from 10 a.m. until probably 6 p.m. So you have that amount of time that you need to be in air conditioning, or you might just get sick and go to the ER like I did once with dehydration. The other thing is we are tweaking what we're doing. So that's the exciting thing, is we are going to be starting a podcast. It's not even that we're going to be starting. We've already started a podcast. So I think we've recorded probably 6 episodes or so. And we're just waiting on the artwork. Here is a temporary artwork cover that we have right here. Did you like it? There's also this one, but I don't think it jumps out as much. I prefer this one. And we're still tweaking that with our designer. So that's going to be coming. And it's going to be Better Together Life, a full-time family, building a Texas homestead from scratch. So that's like all of it. That's our tagline. Better Together Life podcast, a full-time family building a Texas homestead from scratch. And why we wanted to be able to do a podcast is, like I said, it's super hot, and so it's creating the content. Our kids live here, of course. We live full-time. Our kids don't go to school. We homeschool. And so audio is a big deal. We can't record a podcast or really very good content without having our kids make a lot of noise. And we don't like turning on, you know, screens to be able to subdue them. So it just doesn't happen. And the content needs to happen at night. And video does not look very good at night whenever you live in a small house and you have to make all the lights dim so that your kids and your giant horse dog go to bed. Oh, also we're getting another dog. Chip needs a puppy friend, so we're getting an adult female. Her name is Mercy because she was almost euthanized, and then like the day before she was euthanized, our trainer fostered her. So I think they're coming today. That's another thing. So we're doing a podcast, and we're going to kind of be doing lots of different things. I put this a little bit in the live stream, the last live stream that we had, which is cool that we have that many views on a live stream. It kind of explains a little bit of why I slowed down, but we're going to try to have a different format. I'm going to attempt to put out one really good video a week, very topical, not vlog. This might be the end of the vlog, at least for this season. I think probably once we get a hang on this, I would like to redo a 30-day challenge, but I'm not doing that right now. But to put out one really good topical homesteading video a week, to also put out one podcast a week, and to take that content and spread it out on Instagram, Facebook, and Instagram stories. So that's kind of my marketing thing that I'm going to try. A lot of it comes from Gary Vaynerchuk. I've talked about him every once in a while, at least in person. I tell everybody to listen to him, and that's kind of part of the model. Is I'm going to be doing long form content and then cutting it down to fit stuff. But I also have videos in terms of, like, you know, I'll just saying all this is our house. I built an island. So there's a rough island right there. There's some shelving right here. I did the banister right here and stuff like that. The house is becoming cool. It's becoming comfortable. The last thing I would want to say that someone put in either a comment or maybe on Kelly's Instagram is, hey, where's all the videos? Isn't that what it's about? Isn't the whole point? Isn't it what it's all about? Is homesteading, documenting that, and then sharing it. That kind of hurt our soul a little bit for the person that said it. And if you're here and you're watching it, I'm not picking on you. That's not, because I don't even know you. But if you do, message us and I'll talk it through, because I think it's a psychological thing. And no, that's not what it's all about. At least that's not what it's all about for us. We are very driven, but we're very driven for things that we do a lot of work now that pays us in the future, so that we don't have to so that we have this better together life, so that we're not busting our butt every single day. If you really get to know some homestead YouTubers, that there's very few that don't get burnt out by this. Because it's tough. You dream of this life of homesteading, this slow country life of homesteading, and YouTube takes away some of that joy of doing it, because you're always it's just weird. I can't explain it. It also gives you a lot of joy, so I don't want to say that. It gives you a ton of joy as well, because we've met so many friends here on YouTube. So if you've watched up into that and you missed that part, that's a tough thing, because it's all the negative stuff. And then before that, we've made so many friends with you guys here on YouTube, and we're not going away. I think I'll always have the YouTube account, and I'll always put out videos. It might be slightly slower because we're now getting comfortable. This is cool. This is a good space for us. Our house is becoming really nice, and we're enjoying it. But It's not what it's about. What it's about is you guys who are dreaming of this getting your own piece of property. It's you guys who are dreaming this to move from one part of suburbia to where a less restricted part of suburbia, where you don't have an HOA, or you don't have, it's where you can get chickens and rabbits, and you don't have blue hairs trying to tell you what you can and can't do. That's what it's all about. It's not about sitting in front of a screen. And that's what we've done the last month. We have enjoyed our family. We have enjoyed our chickens. I'm able to just go out there, open the chickshaw, and just watch them just fly out, jump out, and just go crazy and just have fun, and just they're entertaining. I've been able to really slow down and be present whenever I was harvesting our meat rabbits, because that was hard for me. It really was. It was the first time I ever did it alone. I did it once with Jeannie Cotton, our rabbit mentor, at her place. I was alone. Cody helped me with the first couple, and then he left, and then I did the rest on my own. And then my kids came out to see what I was doing, because we had talked about it previously, and they were kind of interested in it, and then soon they said, "Dad, this is kind of scary." And it's real life, it's real. And I just slowed down to have the conversation with them and not have to think about a camera. I was able to be completely 100% present with my kids. Kelly and I's Kelly and I's marriage has just taken off. It's been great. We slowed down and able to just focus on each other and have lots of movie date nights for just being in our home. I've been able to spend a lot of time with Chip, our dog, and just work with him and just continue his training. This is what it's all about, the life. The life that is better as a family together. And that's what we want to encourage you guys. So if this is something that you dream about, and I cannot stand whenever some people say, someday, I love what you're doing, Bo and Kelly, someday I want to do that, because you're young. And then I cannot stand when someone says, I always wanted to do that, but now I'm too old. I encourage you, stop that. It's ridiculous. You're not too young. You're not too old. This is just wrong. Your life has just started. I don't care. If you're 90 years old, you still got a good 10 years. I believe that. I believe if you're 70 years old, I believe that you have a good 20 to 30 years. I'm only 37, so what do I know? But that's what I want to be able to say right now. I cannot stand whenever someone says, this is something that I've always wanted to do. I've always had this dream, this pie in the sky dream up there in the clouds of something that I want to do, and someone never figuring out how to grab it and then pull it all the way down and make it happen. That drives me crazy to hear people say that I want to do something, but I don't think I'll ever will. It just blows my mind. If it's a financial thing, if it's a time thing of you needing to be tied to your job and it's something that you need extra income, let us know. We'd love to be able to help you with that. But that's something that if it's I'm too young, my kids are too small, that is BS. Sorry, family friendly. It drives me crazy. So that is my spiel on where I've been in the last month. And not sure when. Hopefully the podcast will go live next week, and hopefully our first video will be able to get uploaded next week as well. So that's it. Also, Kelly and I are going to be traveling a whole lot. Kelly will do most of the traveling, especially in Texas. Somewhere outside of Texas, we're doing the same thing that actually brought Better Together Life is doTERRA. We're doing another round of what's called Diamond Club. It's a competition that allows, basically, if you're wanting to get oils, you come to an event with Kelly and you can get some amazing free oils for whenever you get your first kit of oil. So it's a just great way to get more value, free product whenever you're wanting to get started. And so that's what we did in order to ramp up our self-employedness, and that's what we're wanting to do right now. Because there's some more things that we want to do here on this property. We want to be able to get our pond. We want to get our swales. We want a little bit more freedom than we currently have right now. So that's what we're wanting to do. We're all about doing the hard work now that we can reap the benefits later and later in the future. So we're going to be having every day I'm oiling. Our Monday live oil calls will be back up on this coming Monday, the 5th. Yes, August the 5th, so that's coming. We took off in July. We're going to be doing that all in August. And I'm stoked. I'm excited. August is going to be good. People are still resting at the end of the summer, but we're kicking it back up. So please leave a comment down below. Tell me how crazy I am, and tell me if you actually watched the whole thing, because this is a long rant. I'm probably going to put this on our new podcast as well. So thank you for listening wherever you're listening, and we'll see you somewhere. So thank you for listening wherever you are, and just remember, we're better together. So thank you for listening wherever you're listening to this or watching it. We're better together, so please like, share this with people that you think might be beneficial. All right, see you later, guys. Catch you on the flippity flip.